fact that some people don't understand that Jaguar Wright is really, really trying to recreate a type of cult, including how she talks about Odell being like, this is the will of God, that he should return to her by the will of God.
That part, I'm glad that you caught that, and I agree with you 1,000,000%. That's what she's doing, and she was able throughout the years to watch other content creators that was co-affiliated. That's how she feel like she's so experienced with doing it now. So yeah, you exactly right.
No, I could clearly see in her life a lot of cult-like behavior, and also already preparing for the smear campaign after, if the person refused to come back. So starting to talk about the fact that, he is problematic, that he was MK Ultra and everything. I was like, she's already preparing the smear campaign, but everyone needs to understand that Odell is an idiot. He didn't manipulate Jag. Jag manipulated him. And he's an idiot, and he's a pervert, and he's a brute.
So like when you say that he's like a perv and a prune, like why do you say that?
Because of how he talked, like how he acted with me when Donat came on my chat, started screaming at me, being extremely misogynistic, talking about my breasts a lot, like keep on trying to remind me that I was voted for biggest breasts. It was really weird. Hmm?
No, I'm just saying, what the world? So,
and then and I know that now he's trying to act as if, no, I didn't do it. But yeah, everything that Real News publish is Odell. Real News is literally just a vessel for Odell to say what he wants to say. So on that platform, there was a video of me dancing in lingerie that was not true. Me receiving bird, me crying, a lot of animation of me crying.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like some AI type of stuff.
Yeah, it was AI. Yeah.
I don't know if
you. All right, thank you, Victoria. Make it rain, make it rain.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with the TV show that's called Martin. You know, the Martin Show, but they did an AI of Martin and the entire cast as children. I don't know if you've seen that.
No.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's what he spent his time doing while Jag was in the hospital, allegedly.
So I question this. So with Jag and all of this stuff, with Odell leaving, did you see the video with Jag out there working?
Well, I was with my family most of the day, so I saw the first 1 hour and a half. And that's when I heard the whole thing about Odell being kidnapped, when I was like, no, he was not kidnapped. He just probably left because he is a baby. And I don't think he wanted to leave her forever because he wants to get the money from real life production. And did you see it?
Let me show you. I don't think you know what I'm talking about. So check this out, right? I'm gonna share my screen and look at this. You see this right here? You click on mine right there.
If you want to make a full-time income from home working part-time, you need to know this one concept, because
look real good.
What happened to the hat?
I mean, she got them braids and stuff up and carrying on. They got, one of Ayasha's scarves on, but Jag been at work while people been sending her cash apps. How you lead a hospital, man, and then be at the day labor going to work?
Listen, she was in the hospital smoking and then also vlogging and also talking on, I am in the hospital, so What is the point? What is the point?
Huh?
I don't understand the point of putting the hat on the head of the. Is that AI or is that real?
Oh yeah, it's real.
What the?
It's real when people tried to say that she was somewhere else and she was doing this and that and she in the hospital and she's sick and
Oh my God.
somebody called and made a threat against my life, but you was just standing out there with the rest of the flaggers with your boots on.
And a hat at the end of
That part. So I just wanted to show you that just for people that looked at my thumbnail and was wondering, like, who's that on the thumbnail?
Yeah, I didn't understand. I was like, okay. Oh, wow. When was that film?
2 days ago.
Oh.
So who's lying? Who need help? Who had a threat against their life that was made? That somebody was trying to follow her and do all this stuff to her. And she was glad that Odell was there to save her. Huh? Think about it.
Oh my God. I hope it was AI.
No, that's not anything AI. That's my people that I called and said that they would ride up the street and they recorded her when she was right there in the morning. Yeah, that's not AI. The Beam team don't do AI. We don't do AI. We just pull up.
Wow. This is too much.
Yeah, but like I told her, like I said, I ain't trying to find you or I ain't looking for you or none of that stuff. I'll just be checking up on you, Jag. That's all.
Oh my God. And question for you. Did you see the video of her? If she's still alive? Maybe she's still alive.
Oh no, I don't think that she's live.
But did you see the video?
Of her and what she was saying? No. I was live because then I had to address various narratives that have been constructed. When people that work for Jag that try to put out certain narratives and stuff. So no, I was live, what I'm saying, talking to my audience.
What is your problem with you and Danny Robertson?
I don't know. What is the problem?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. I just see that you keep on.
She has an issue with anybody that's talking about Jaguar. So she see people as being competition, as if that she's Jag's owner. She don't want nobody else to talk about Jag. So for people who want to act cool with her are people that are afraid of her. A little big forehead, a little red ball chick that at one time was an attorney that feel like she got some juice. That's what that is. See, my team, the Beam team, we're not afraid of her. We don't kiss her ass. We don't play with Jag either. See, it's people out here right now that don't think that we know that they running a play for Jag.
So you think that Danny Robertson has a problem with not being in control of you?
I don't think that she has a problem with not controlling me. I think she has an issue when I'm live talking about Jag because she's not able to go live. She's not able to make any money. So her friend, Jaguar Wright, they've been playing tennis with each other for a while now. And they've been miscommunicating on a mass level, making it seem like, she's going live and then talking about her. She's just talking about her. She's a bad person. I know this, I know that. But you never tried to take her down. Because if you take her down, then you don't have no content. So that's what the issue is. Me, on the other hand, I've been talking about a whole bunch of stuff for years, since 2014. I don't know about other people that you talk to. See, like with you, if I ask you,
Okay.
when did you get on YouTube?
Maybe in total, because this is not my first channel, maybe 2 years.
No, but I'm saying your first channel, like what you started. Can you remember like what the date was, like around the time, like what year it was? Actually, not the date, but like the year.
Maybe 2023.
Okay.
Like I said, 2 years ago, and because I never stopped. So the first one was about Marvel. Like it goes with my hyper focus.
That's wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wow right there. Because
Yeah,
see,
I went like Marvel, Meghan Markle, Jag,
oh,
and now
you said
Jag being the devil.
Meghan Markle. That's what you talking about.
Yeah, Meghan Markle, and I was talking about Marvel. I was talking about The Witcher, but now there is no show to talk about. And
What
thank
talking
you,
about, Meghan Markle?
Alicia. Make it rain, make it rain.
What happened with Meghan Markle?
She's boring.
Oh, you don't like Meghan?
Yeah, I don't like her. So I was saying that she is like, I find her to dislike black people. And I don't like that because then she used black people to go and fight her battle. And I didn't like that. Now I'm bored because she doesn't do anything except being weird. And now after that, I got to hyper focus on Jag.
Okay.
Like I wanted to save her. I was like, oh my God, there is really like a troll farm. I had a hyper focus on saving her.
But you do know that Meg is melanated, right?
No,
She's
yeah,
actually-
I know she's.
she's melanated,
I know that's why she pissed me off because she's like, I never had to think about race until I went to the UK. I'm just like, girl, you had an afro when you were old, when you were younger. You were absolutely seen as black. Okay, give me a break. So that's why that is the reason why she annoys me.
So let me ask you. So did you ever watch Suits?
Yes, I did.
You watch Suits? Okay, that's where I know it from. That's where I know Meg from.
Me
Okay.
too. I was super happy for her. Exactly. I don't like that she plays the race card and then she keeps on calling her own mother her nanny. Like it annoys me.
Right. Okay. So why your boy be making these troll accounts coming over to your channel and stuff? Like I noticed, like when people come over here, like if you over here and you have this many people listening to you or whatever, like why your channel like the Shot Champ? Why your channel? So why is it the Shot Channel over here? Because if
I don't
somebody feels some
understand.
kind of way about me on your channel or your platform, tell them to come to my channel. Somebody feels some kind of way about me on your channel or your platform, tell them to come to my channel.
Yes, of course.
No, I'm saying when you see that, if you talk to me, you cool with me or whatever.
Yes, I'm cool with everyone.
Yeah, let them know.
Yeah, I'm cool with King Wurld. I'm cool with everyone.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. But you when you cool with everyone,
Mhm.
that means that some of the sneaky, tricky, deceitful stuff that people do, you vouch for that. So
No, I don't vouch for anyone.
So you cool with the person?
I just came out from a cult.
So wait, hold on. So you cool with the person that call themselves Uncle Mike? So you call that person your uncle? Let's talk about that. Since you asked me about Danny, let's talk about you calling Mike Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
So your uncle was just over there with Jag, but you supposed to not deal with Jag, right? But he's still your uncle though.
No.
I'm gonna get some coffee. I'm gonna be listening on the phone. I'm gonna mute up. Give me 1 second.
So what is your question? I don't know
I want to hear this. I want to hear you talk about this.
Yeah, I'm down. We can talk about what you want, and I can talk we can do that. I have no problem.
Okay. That's what I say. I'm listening to you now. I'm just warming up my coffee. I'm gonna be ready for this.
Yeah. No worries. Tell me when you're ready to ask me the question because I think that I don't understand the question. Except like, is he still your uncle? And I'm like, no, he's not my uncle. He's not my ally. He's not like whatever to me anymore. I don't even know why I started calling him Uncle Mike. I cannot even understand. I don't know how it came up. I don't know. And like Jaguar said on her thing, she was saying that Uncle, because when she was like mad at Golden, she was saying that Uncle Mike had pledged his allegiance to the Jaguar Wright show, to Jaguar Wright. So that's why she was chastising Golden, because Mike had swore allegiance. I don't even know why I started calling him Uncle Mike. The coffee is still not warming yet. Okay.
Oh no. I had to go walk to the microwave. Oh no, we're gonna discuss this on your channel since you wanna ask me about Danny. So
Yeah.
what you said wait. What you said in the beginning was Jag was coke-like because what she said that Odell was gonna do, he was gonna come back to her. You just said that Uncle Mike, your Uncle Mike, who's cool with Jag, that's a part that's coke-like. So this person that wait. So the person that you're cool with, you telling all of us that you don't like Jag and you and Jag not cool, but you're saying that Mike is your uncle. That's what you call him, right?
Not anymore.
Okay, so can you explain why you don't call him that anymore?
Because Jack said weird thing like he pledged his allegiance to me, to the Jaguar Wright. Like it was weird. And when I think about it, because I got to like normalize certain weird shit and the whole thing. Like I said, they make you like you get like anything and it's like, oh yeah, whatever. So what he did with Golden, he did also with me. So I just thought, well, whatever. That dude is always like trying himself, whatever. But I don't know when I started calling him Uncle Mike. I don't know.
Okay, no. It was just a question, like you just asked me a question about Danny. So since we talking and we asking all these questions,
oh yeah, I know.
We just get a better understanding. Yeah, you don't know who I am or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I
so
talk
do you have
fast
any other
too,
question?
so don't ever feel like that I'm cutting you off, but I talk fast.
Do you have any other question?
I got a bunch of questions, unless you busy. You
so
not busy?
Like, no.
Okay, so look. So if you came up and you talking to me, why you always look down?
Because you have no face.
Oh, I can turn my camera on. I think
okay, thank you.
Like. You know what I look like, right?
I think so. And I also look at the chat because I'm managing the chat at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. Let me do that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. You?
Okay. So now you right here talking to me. So don't worry about what the people talking about in the comments. Okay. So now you don't deal with Mike no more. So that means now that you don't deal with Murph anymore either, because that's his friend, right? So you don't deal with none of them people no more. You don't deal with
Murph
Steph,
came on my platform.
Wait a minute, because these people that are connected with the guy who you don't call uncle anymore, who's friends with Jaguar, a known scammer and liar. So you are associated with those people that support Jag. That support Jag. Because they support Jag. Because, yes, right. Wait. Let's get this part right. No. It's nothing that's funny. See what I'm saying? You want me to cam up and shit, like, let's have this conversation. Because people usually have this conversation on my platform, but we're going to do it on your channel. So, let's get this right. So, you're cool with Steph. You're cool with the dude that calls himself with Murphy. You're cool with Murphy, too. You know, okay, now we on the same place. So, why you not in my chat? Why you not in my chat?
I'm in no one's chat. I watch videos after.
Wait. If I come to my channel, if you send somebody, because you say you want to talk to me.
I send who?
Huh?
I said myself. I think I went on one time in your chat and said,
No, you said last time you never came to my chat. But going back to what you said,
did I come one time?
That was your moderator from last time that you acknowledged that came to my chat and said that you wanted to talk to me. So that's why I came to your channel to talk to you. The stuff about you and Jag falling out, I just listened like, everybody else.
Oh, okay. I'm like, okay, I understand. Yes, I probably did that. I just know that at one point you were there on my channel. Okay. I am kind of like came back from a fog. Like I've never felt like this before.
You feel like you're free from the cult?
Yeah, it's like now I'm just like.
Well, if you still cool with Murph and Steph, you still in the cult.
No, I'm not.
Because those people are cool with the guy who you called your uncle.
No, I'm not.
Do you think your lover is cheating on you? Do you suspect he's talking to others on WhatsApp? Download the Play Store, add phone and monitor all WhatsApp conversations remotely.
So you know what the cult like. So do you know how long I've been reporting on the cult?
No, I felt that's, yeah.
Really?
How long?
Ask the people at BBC about me, where you're from. Ask them about King Wurld. Ask them about me reporting on the cult and people who were involved in that cult up under Eligio Bishop. Jag is a person that inserted herself in what I was reporting on, which in fact was a Smex cult. See what I'm saying? It was a whole active cult. Jaguar Wright came to Bigo, sent people to get me to go to her channel. Upon doing so, she questioned me about the cult. 6 to 7 hours later, she was on a live stream with people who were a part and affiliated with the cult.
Fast forward, Carbon Nation?
Right. Fast forward 3 years later, she's on a video with Solar and Shaka Zulu. So the conversation I had with her, like I'm having a conversation being open with you, and you can ask me whatever, on whatever level. I explained what the dangers and the horrors of the cult was. Jag chose to reside with those people. So that's why all these people don't like me, because they are part of that type of stuff. And I don't like cults.
I do know, I think Nature Boy is in that also, Carbon Nation.
Oh, yes, she know. I see that you highlighted that, but yes, he was the leader.
Yes, I do know that, yeah. And I do know a little about them. I didn't know the get in the car, Solar. I didn't know about that. And I didn't know that, she affiliated herself with DJ Genesis to then get closer to the Carbon Nation. Like it's all like it's like she targets people from cult-like mentality. And I realized that me personally, not only was I the messenger of the message, I was also a recruiter without knowing it. Yeah, because she wanted me to go and talk to Charisma Speak. She wanted me to go talk to this person, go talk to this person.
Okay. And you were going to do that?
I talked to Charisma Speak one time. Then when she was like, come tell her another time. And I did continue a little. And then I just stopped.
So do you feel betrayed, if any at all, behind that?
I feel like I don't appreciate being taken as a puppet. And that's why I'm like, I know, I understand. When I retrospect, I'm like, it was recruiting.
Okay.
I didn't realize that because the first time she was like, yeah, she doesn't like me a lot, blah, 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 blah. She come from a cult like, blah, blah, blah. She made that video. And I didn't know when she was telling me, I didn't think anything was strange with that.
Got it.
And I was just like, yeah, okay, she came from a cult, okay. Same with Just D. Like she likes those type of people.
Okay, I got it. And that's what I was saying. See, when I asked the question, about other people that will frequent your channel, because if you're done with that stuff, man, you don't want other influences. Okay, no, I thought you were saying, hold on for a second.
Oh, no, I was like, yes. I don't, wait.
Okay, all right, right. So I usually do like that. That's ours. So, right, like that. That's peace. You never want to do that because that means separation. So it's like that. We together. Right. So another thing about Canada, and I know you didn't have a chance to do it, but if you have time and you look up Nature Boy, look up a dude whose name is Golden Boy. Golden Boy is Alex Raposo.
What's the link?
Look up who Golden Boy was, right? And there was another member of the cult that's from Canada too. Matter of fact, this could blow your mind, Madgie. There was 3 white members from Canada in the cult. One was a woman whose name is Kayla Reed.
Mm-hmm.
There was Alex. And then there's the brother who went by the name Toon that I interviewed last year.
And hers, there is a guy named Quinn. I don't know who he is exactly. He's a white dude, blonde, blue eyes. There is also a dude called Archangel Michael.
Who's my commentary, content.
This is my stepmom, Cordelia. Every night, after I fall asleep, she's in the room and injects me with a weight-gaining drug. By the time I turned 18, I was fat, felt ugly. No time.
Carter. In fact, one and the same. One and the same. One and the same.
Do you
Funny
mean,
how- funny
do you mean figuratively or like really?
No, I mean for real, not figuratively. I mean really. And when I say one and the same, I mean they have the same ideology. Somebody did this stuff to them. Somebody took their cootie like it's the golden cootie for whatever reason. Everybody want them, and they always on the run, and somebody trying to do something to them. Same thing. So the person who you used to call your uncle, support both those people. Both those people. So you done had people that slid up under you that didn't have your best interest in mind. So you were being strung along within the Jaguar Wright code.
I was being ruined. I was being sold an illusion. So with Uncle Mike and everything, like that man never helped me. All he said the first time was that, like, he doesn't listen. And when he comes on the panel, there is no point because all he wants to do is talk about what he wants to talk about. So it's really boring. So all he said was, "Oh, you're so pretty. I've been looking at you. And, oh, I like your accent." Yeah, that was on the Sean Atwood channel. That was the first time I saw him.
So
Like, it was like, oh, mm-hmm.
the first time that we spoke, did you need me to tell you that you were pretty
No.
as an adult woman? So I got a question then. How did you feel when this man even stated that to you? Somebody that you didn't even know.
Uncomfortable.
I just felt slightly awkward and just like, here we go again. Because I come from the finance world, extremely masculine.
Gotcha.
So
I get it. I get that mentality, but I just don't know about, it from a Canadian perspective. You know what I'm saying? So can I ask you this, like in Canada, was y'all watching Top Boy that was in the UK?
who?
You never watched Top Boy? That's crazy word. You need to look it up.
I speak French.
I know,
I
but
started speaking English like 10 years ago.
okay. So if you were to listen to Top Boy, you would be
Mhm.
able to understand everything that they're saying because within the UK, the dialect is enunciated pretty much the same. Check it out.
Okay, I will.
Oh, yeah, there's some
But
just
yeah,
put in the
no,
comments.
I'm not in allegiance with any of them anymore because Mike is just an opportunist that barely want to work and probably is doing weird thing with weird people. Like, I don't know. I let that investigation be done too by Rolf the Wise and all of them. So yeah, for me, I'm just like, the first time he came up, yes, he started talking about don't. That's why.
That's why you asked me about Danny.
No, I asked you about Danny just out of curiosity.
But you just brought up Ralph.
I watched Rolf.
Okay, but that's a person that supports Danny Robinson.
Does he?
Yes.
Huh.
That's why I cussed his ass out. Because he tried to tell me what we need to do.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. Oh, shit.
He told me that we need to all be cordial because we this close to taking down Jaguar.
And what did you tell him?
Huh?
What did you tell him?
I don't want to say it on your channel to be disrespectful.
Oh, my God. Wow. I'm sorry I brought the both of them out. It's just because he did a video about Uncle Mike Cross, like today.
No, I don't. You said what about him?
I almost said Uncle, but then I said and I said Mike Cross. It's like I was so used to say the Uncle Mike.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to, reprogram myself into not saying that because it is really creepy.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why I have to ask you these questions since we're talking, because we both content creators.
Of course.
Just to understand, I just have to understand like where we at with this.
With Jag, we are ally if you go against Jag, and I'm cool with everyone. I just came out and you cannot talk to that person, you cannot. All I want to do is just, atone for my sin because I went after people who didn't deserve it. I talk badly about you. So you deserve my apology for that. The fact that you're giving me a chance right now is really big of you.
Well, like I say, apology accepted. But the thing about it is, as a content creator, you create content. You may be motivated by someone to say a certain thing, but not having the opportunity to speak directly to me. I'm usually on my platform. I usually don't go to other people's channel because of how long I've been on.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Right. See, before anybody, was with the YouTube stuff and interview people and stuff, I've been doing this since way back when. Mine started in 2018. My movement started in 2014. Reporting on murder mysteries and cults. So that's what's been going on. But just unfortunately, for whatever reason, people gravitate to me as if the stuff that they talk about, as if I haven't already talked about. So that's why I have to ask you about certain people. I'm not coming to your channel to G-check you, disrespect you, or none of that. But being that I don't know you, I have to ask these questions. And people probably told you stuff about me. So then this gives you the opportunity to ask me a question.
Exactly. That's why I want to know why you were at war with Danny Robertson, because that does interest me. I find her to be such a stalker, but then she's also someone that goes after people that are like, that fail her moral judgment. Like, she's interesting. That's why I was asking you, like, how you felt about her.
So you're interested with a person that talks about me, the GOAT.
Stop editing your photos like this. My editing app, it's called Retake AI. It makes every photo worthy and fixes your bad photos your best version.
Talk about me, the GOAT, the G-O-T. So you're interested in that person. Why would you even watch them when you could just ask me if you want to know all of this stuff about me?
So let me ask you then.
Okay.
So why don't you like Danny, and why are you doing a whole video series about her?
Because prior to all of this, many people that are on YouTube gave off the energy as if that they was afraid of this person. That had an issue with any and everybody that was talking about Jaguar. See, you find this person to be interesting, but you don't like Jaguar.
But you really believe that she would be with
don't like
Jag?
Jaguar But you find this person to be interesting.
Yeah, because she was the number one person I had no right to talk to.
You said a number one person of what?
To not have the right, because I had like people I couldn't talk to, people I could barely watch. I could just look at their title.
So you're saying that you are among, and I'm just asking because I don't know. So I'm saying you one of the people that scared her or something?
I'm not, but she did try to strike me 2 times. Well, the first time we both struck each other because she struck me and then I struck her back and then we agreed to let it go. And then the second time, I thought we had a truce anyhow. I showed something of hers and she struck me while I was on live. So because of that, I was blocked for going on my channel for 7 days.
Okay. And like I say, I get it. I understand that. But if that person is somebody that played like nobody knew who they were, so you're saying you're intrigued by people who don't turn on their cameras.
I am intrigued in why you and her are going after each other when both you and her despise Jag. But now that you're telling me, well, no, she does, that's when I'm like, oh my God. That's why it interests me.
See, this is the thing. You talking about Jaguar and people being interested in what your experience were with Jaguar. After you stop talking about Jaguar, whatever it is that you're talking about, you will have a fan base of people that like you and like your content. So whatever that you're talking about, those people will continue to support you and other people will find you. But if Jaguar Wright was deducted out of the equation, what would Danny Robinson have to talk about?
I don't know. I don't know her. What is her name? The woman that was Naquisha? No.
Lamisa?
No, the woman Robinson. I think. I don't remember the name. The woman that was unalived. That she was trying to find out what was going on with her. Shanquilla. So that's all I know.
So if that's all that you know of her, why are you intrigued when she's talking about a person that you dislike?
Because both you and her are doing series about one another, which means that you cannot collaborate to go against the same enemy. But at the same time, now you're telling me that because I thought she was enemy number 1. I mean that the number of times she would talk about Danny, she would monitor how many views Danny would get. She would monitor if the views were real. But because at the moment I came into the whole situation, you were mostly talking about Ali Carter.
Okay, let me share my screen right quick.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just want to mention, I find it really difficult to believe Madge. And the reason for that is she's been on YouTube for 2 years. And if you know anything about Diddy, about Gene Deal, about Jaguar Wright, you know the stories out there. Now, Gene Deal's gone to court and all that, so because he was, with Diddy at the time. But we're still trying to figure out who Jaguar was in 2018. And King Wurld, even though I don't agree with with how he treats his channel he has such suspicion of myself. But the only reason I was commenting was really because I was supporting him. Really, I wasn't. So he really took offence to that. So I stopped supporting him. I was really upset about it, actually. But we do the same type of cases, and we can see that Antwood, the likes of Jag and all that, they're a cult on to themselves, And if you don't follow how these YouTubers behave, and I've realised this with a lot of channels with Donate 82, that a lot of you get ice. Well, you've got to remain objective, and these are the reasons why. It's because Jaguar Wright really just didn't get caught out because people were hyping her up to begin with, and then like you had King Wurld, who was reporting on carbonation 8 years ago. He's saying the reason it didn't come out is because really it's the content. He's putting it out there, but then you have the likes of Madge, who's hyping her up, like Ant would too. It's a cult, and it's involving yourself in cult activity, and it's costed the whole of YouTube believe in Jaguar Wright, you know, and now there's implications that she could be part of the Diddy team. She's been on YouTube saying she's pimped girls out. She's been on YouTube saying Jay-Z molested her, you know, and I'm not sure where this is going to go, but I'm hoping this doesn't get me striked again. But I just wanted to put this up on my channel to show this interview, because this is insightful to me, that Jaguar is in a cult and nobody but himself is reporting on that. Not many. There's Ralph the Wise and Danny Robertson, but Danny Robertson seems to be fixated on King Wurld, and I'm not sure what's going on there. But I'm not going to be a part of that, because I think 24-hour live is just so bizarre. But and I love Danny, but I just don't think she can remain on track with the whole thing as well. It just is down to people having their money on YouTube, and it isn't fair, really. If people were getting enough money on YouTube, right, then possibly this information would get out a bit better, you know, in the algorithm perhaps. So I'm going to play the rest of this. And I just want you to remain clear that Madgie has been supporting Jaguar for 3 months now. And Antwood has. These people don't care. They only care for money, you know. But King Wurld, I can't say that openly about this man, you know. So, yeah, watch the rest of this.
You joined in 2014. So, yes, I know you have been talking about a lot of things since a lot of time. And I think you're following Jag periodically because you feel that she is trying to emulate carbonation.
Okay, so if you know that, if you get that, if you acknowledge that, you're still intrigued by a person giving off the appearance as if that they dislike a person who, after talking about them for so long, has still yet to take them down.
Would you prefer if I ask you about 82 or do not?
You can ask me whatever.
That was it for me. I'm just curious about the relationship of everyone.
That's why I don't cam up. Because see, you take my facial expressions as being something different.
Oh, okay. Because for me, I'm like, is he mad at me because I'm asking about that? Because
no.
all I can take is, I thought we're just doing question after question. No. Because, you know, like I said, I watch your content.
That's the thing with King Wurld. He's set in his ways. I don't agree with everything he is or says or behaves or his panels sometimes. But no, I think he can sense that she's full of shit.
So I see that you make content about her. So
the person that's in your comments that's saying that none of y'all have taken her down. Jaguar got arrested. She didn't say nobody else's name on YouTube. She told the cops that it was the person talking to you now. When
What
Jaguar,
happened? Why was she arrested?
okay, Jaguar was arrested because Jaguar went to the U-Haul rental and got a Penske truck. Jaguar chose to ride around prior to that 2-3 days with a woman who said that R. Kelly and Aaliyah was her daughter. So when Jaguar did that for damn near 2 months, Jaguar neglected paying her mother's rent. So all of her mother's belongings was set out on the front yard. Okay. The Penske rental, the U-Haul rental Penske truck with all their stuff that was moved in it, Jag allowed for her son to drive the U-Haul with her mother in the vehicle with her to Louisiana. She took the truck out of state. That's why Jag was wanted. Jag was wanted because she was not supposed to leave the state of Texas. So she just left. So when you name out all these other people, if everything that you own in your house, all of your possessions, pictures when you was a child and all that stuff, if that was gone, and somebody online, you called their name to the cops upon you getting arrested. Now, all of that stuff is gone. Baby pictures, family, trophies, awards, microphones, plaques, shoes, dresses, it's gone. That's the person you're talking to right now. That's the person you're talking to.
Why could she not leave Texas?
Because Jag was out on bond and you're not able to leave the state. Jag ran. Jag became an absconder. She crossed over the state lines. You can't do that here. You see what I'm saying? Like for example, like if you wanted in Quebec, but then you way in a shower community in Durham.
AI, which app be baba for money transfer?
Simless Bay. Stick
Community in Durham. You see what I'm saying? That's it. She went all the way to Durham, and let's say that she had got arrested and was supposed to stay in Quebec. She went all the way to Durham. Like it didn't matter. Right. So when all of her mom's stuff was put out on the grass, she had all of their belongings, their possessions in a small U-Haul truck. When the cops told her to get out of the swimming pool, she said, "My name." She went to jail. She did not even make calls to her family to notify them, hey, you need to go and get the U-Haul truck, because Madgie, the U-Haul truck was not parked at the hotel where they were staying. The U-Haul was parked in the adjacent parking lot behind the motel on the dead end street.
Because of her mother was evicted from her house.
Because she chose to ride around in a car and not pay the rent. She even claimed that the cartel was looking for her.
Obviously, there is no fucking cartel. But
right,
because she keep on saying that it's your fault that her mother died or whatever. Why does she keep on saying that about you?
I don't know. You should ask the better question, which is, why didn't she go to her own mother's funeral?
I didn't know that. Why did she not go to her own mother's funeral?
Because to this day, she's saying that her mother is not deceased. So that's why everybody was kind of checking you out and side-eyeing you, because you was hanging with that person.
Wait. Because she tells me that the mother was deceased. That she took care of her mother until the end. Now you're telling me? Yeah.
She said online that her mother wasn't deceased and has continued to say that. But in confidence, she told you about her mother being deceased. If that's the case, if that was true, why didn't she attend her own mother's funeral service?
I don't know, because
she
that
played
is not
you.
in private. Because it's not in private. She said it on live that her mother was deceased.
There goes, look, one of your subscribers, Lynn B 007, just put it in the chat. They literally live streamed the funeral.
Okay. When was
Jag,
that?
Jag was with Odell.
Wait. When did the mother pass away?
I can look at it and see the exact date. I don't remember.
But like approximately, was it like 2020, 2022?
1 second. I'll be able to tell you in just 1 second. I'll give you the exact date.
Mm-hmm.
And as I stated, that would be the reason why.
Okay, is April 25, 2024 something that makes sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
That's that person. That's correct. And she been following Jag too, so she know I'm not lying.
mm-hmm.
Jag.
So that, and when that happened, she was saying that her mother was still alive.
Yes.
But me, I got to know her really since January of 2025, and she has said numerous times that her mom is deceased. So I'm like really bamboozled.
So 240 days after the fact, she told you that. But online, her own mother's funeral was live streamed on Facebook. The same person that said she was a 7-day Adventist back then. But she said her mother wasn't deceased.
I reckon Madge would have known now if she was on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook personally. I'm only ever on YouTube, but when I do research, yeah, Facebook is a good one.
That's drugs. That's what that is. It's drugs.
Substances.
Substances, rugs, things to substitute an addiction.
Wow. Because now, like I said, now she's like, yeah, mama, not here anymore. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah, that's because now she don't have to go there. She talked a whole bunch of stuff about the channel holder that's called Trees Tea that stayed in Philadelphia. Because Jaguar claimed to be from Philadelphia, but is not from Philadelphia. She's from New Jersey, the same place where the Smex cult leader Eligio Bishop, his adopted parents are from where he stayed, Willingboro, New Jersey.
What the actual fuck?
That's the thing with me talking about Jag, because if I had this conversation with you, Madgie,
yeah,
and then 3 years later, you affiliated with Solar and other people that want to be continuing a part of the cult.
exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
No, yeah, we need, like, for me, that's why I'm like, okay, no, this needs to be stopped.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why when you ask me these questions, I'm trying as best as possible to give you somewhat of a brief timeline so you can see.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's really helpful because how she talks about her mom, it's like she was the best daughter. She was the best daughter. That's like.
and see, when Jaguar came to YouTube and start, uploading these videos and stuff, going live and stuff like that or whatever, it was her and her husband. Because see, she was going live on Facebook too.
The husband being Goomba?
Yes, Gerald.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know or not, but she was actually online, despite how mad that she could have been at her husband. But she made claims and stated that Gerald's mother was doing inappropriate stuff with him, her son. She went even further to say things about his family.
Oh, she said that on my channel too.
Yes. This person. Right.
So that's a lie, right? That's what I think now. Thank you. Because before I didn't think it was a lie. I think it was the truth. But now it's a fucking lie. I need to apologize to Goomba also.
That part. And
yeah,
like
no, I absolutely need to apologize. Like I feel like, oh, the apology tour. I'm like, yes, but like the apology tour is not for everyone. It's for people that actually have done something too. Like you.
Let me tell you, Madgie, Goomba went through some stuff.
Yo.
Goomba came to the panel and told us what was up with Jag.
Oh shit.
He told us that Jag had stopped taking her medication. And he also relayed one of their last rides when they were at a truck stop and Jag went in the bathroom, and how long that it took Jag to come up out of the bathroom.
This video hit over 50 million views. Here's how you can create a video like this in seconds with AI.
And that's when he was able to put 2 and 2 together with somebody who would call his wife, that was doing a lot of secret stuff. And there's even videos I have where she recorded him without his consent, without his knowledge, putting his pants on. Somebody she made a pact with, a bond for life, secretly recording him. They fall out and playing all of this stuff. She's just online sharing that times and even having smacks together. Afterwards, she went on to call the SUI side prevention hotline and cussed him out. Afterwards, she hung up the phone. Then she called the sheriff's department for DeSoto. She called them. That's just like what Daz was saying. And when she called there, she called the sheriff's department, and she stated that an officer whose name is Ramirez was outside in the parking lot, and he was getting blow pop jobs in the parking lot. And she stated of that parking lot, the person named Bobby that used to cut her hair and her husband's hair was actually selling fentanyl weed out of the barbershop. This upstanding guy, straight up dude, cut all of the children hair in the hood. Cool dude. She called to the police department and said that he was selling fentanyl weed out of the barbershop. My brother, Dukulu, went to the barbershop to look around the barbershop and to even get a haircut and check the temperature. And Kulu said, there's nothing going on in that barbershop. Ain't no rugs being sold. Excuse me, there's no rugs being sold. He said Jag is lying. Afterwards, we also seen Jag went to the same parking lot where there was a Jamaican restaurant. Jag went there broke, live, and told the guy that she was willing to give him a blow pop job in exchange for some food. He in turn told Jag, I don't want none of it. You can just have the food. It's a person in your chat named Scott that said
It was oxtail. It was some Jamaican oxtail. It must have been really nice, you know.
they remember all of this. So that's probably why people were looking at you and questioning, like, what's going on?
But she's destroying these men's business, these people's businesses, her behaviour on YouTube and how she is on channels. She's so horrible to her audience too, or anyone who's involved with her. So people report this all day and all night about what's going on and things like that. I don't think the rest of the world knows. Only YouTube. It's so odd. It's unfolding in front of our eyes what the Diddy case is getting like.
Like I said, I never hid the fact that I was new to the situation. My only problem is that people refuse to actually just give a crash course, now rationally calm. The people I have talked to were always condescending. So this is a sure way to push the person into believing Jaguar Wright.
You said that this is a reason to believe Jag.
Yeah, because if people are so hostile, you're like, well, it needs to be paid for. That's what I felt. I was like, okay, like they're hostile towards me and I have done nothing to none of them.
She jumped on the algorithm.
That's
all she did. She jumped on it. She knew nothing about it. And she went full head over heels, condoning this woman, striking channels. She was striking channels for her and everything like that. And Mirth and Mike Cross, you know, all of them together, and Stephanie. I just thought to myself, this Ali Carter as well, you know, an absolute fraud. And she has absolutely tried to make out to King Wurld here that she didn't know all this about Jaguar. No way. No way.
I'm in contact with Jag. So can you imagine, like, that's the thing. It pushed you into believing that there is some conspiracy because a lot of people are suddenly hostile towards you. And I kept on saying that I was neutral. I was looking for the information. But the moment I asked the question, I felt I was being, like, attacked.
So you got a member to your channel. Can you bring them up that seen or feel some kind of way about me? Can you bring them up? Because they they're a member of your channel. Like, they're a part of, they got the same state of mind that you got. So I want to see if I can clarify some things. If they might have something mixed up. Their name is The Truth Only. Hey, that's their
No,
name.
thank you. I think she's still with Jag or something with Jag. I refuse.
Yes, that's it. And she's going to find now that her cult, what's she got to talk about if she hasn't got Jaguar to talk about? Absolutely nothing. And this is part of the problem, I mean, people coming here to make content out of absolutely fraudulent situations like Antwood, carrying this conspiracy forward. It's not helping. It's not helping anymore. I think channels with authenticity, like, despite what I think of King Wurld, right, he's not attacking YouTubers. I didn't see anything like that. But I say I suppose that Danny, and I'm gonna still be subscribed to the girl, but I'll be very, very in the bushes, as Easy 2 puts it now, because I don't want to be putting comments on King's World channel thinking that I'm trying to head for some subs, and then I don't want to be supporting this lady by saying you knew all along. It's because the more comments I'm getting, the more algorithm she's getting, then King World's getting seen. Do you understand? So it's like it's continuing this agenda, and it's helping Diddy Case, Jaguar, people like that. But the way she sort of hangs up on King Wurld now is priceless, because it just shows exactly who Madge is. She's ignorant, and she thinks she knows it all.
So they still a member of your channel, but it's with Jay.
Maybe, but for the moment, I am not comfortable inviting people I don't know for sure, because Jack, she will call and bomb your video.
So you saying that a person that's a member of your channel, they cool with Jaguar, right?
You do realize I was still in the cult like 4 days ago, right?
In the cult.
Yes, and to the whole Jaguar Wright is the best. Like, you act as if I was.
Listen to her. Does she not understand what she's done? Does she not understand she's helped her push this agenda? And she took the money off people. Took money off people who were listening to her, believing her bull crap.
Just like, it's been 5 months since this happened.
No, so you saying that? Days. Hold on, you said that.
If you take for membership for the month, yes, the month is not ending yet. The membership is still on. I have a membership to Jaguar because I was.
No, I'm saying you looking like you don't understand what I'm saying. Let me tell you what I'm saying. So if you don't support this person, you don't support Jag, and you know that this person supports Jag, you can get their money back and block them out your shit. Because if not, it seems like then you are.
What if they're still deciding one Digi World? Thank you so much, but you're not gonna tell me what to do on my channel.
Oh no! I'm not gonna tell you what to do, because I don't send you super chats and stuff like that. So I don't get up on your panel and tell you what to do. I'm here to talk to you because you said, "Hey, world," and you want to talk.
Do you know what? He's just trying to help her there by saying you can get your money back. And do you know what? People have their right to get their money back off this lady, and get your money back.
Oh, so you shouldn't have an issue with me asking you questions.
Yeah,
like I didn't have an issue with you asking me questions.
Yeah,
right?
But let's not talk about the chat.
No. Let's talk about whatever that you want to talk about, because we're on your show, and get back to those questions. So once again, so you still are part of the cult. That's what you're saying, because that person, until the month play out, they gonna be a member to your channel.
You are too extremist. That's what I find with American. It's like,
so how am I supposed to take that?
But can I finish?
No, I want to ask you.
No, it's the right. You're saying the right thing. You're still part of that. If you don't give that money back, right? Or if you don't embarrass listen, you're embarrassing the cult. You're taking the money off people still for that belief.
How do I supposed to take that? Because I haven't
But
said that you were extreme.
you're supposed to take that as us having different culture because I'm not American.
Oh no, but I'm saying, but you speak English, so you understand what I'm saying. It's
I
just your vantage point.
I understand the word. I don't understand every expression.
So you don't understand that much how I would ask you how you could have continued affiliation with people that out of your mouth that you stated is a part of Jack's code.
You don't want to have contact with them. That is your perspective.
No.
Can
We're
I
not talking
finish,
about what I want.
Okay, this is my platform. I'm gonna beg of you to let me finish my sentence. Is that okay with you?
You know what I think?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to tell you what I really think? I think your story is slipping.
Okay.
That's what I think. We can still talk, but let's see if we can prove differently with your story. Since now you don't mess with Mike, Steph, or Murph,
Yes.
but you have members that support Jag on your channel. Since we're all paying attention to what you're saying, because we know that you're not going to just talk about Jag forever. Because we know you got other stuff to do. We know Jag's a lie.
So can I answer you finally or no?
Oh, let me mute up and let you. Yeah, look right here. Let me answer.
Thank
You don't
you.
think I'm being mean and stuff.
How to view chat history of someone. WhatsApp. Add your phone number and remotely monitor all WhatsApp.
I don't think you're being mean. I think you're being overwhelming. Because, like I said, Steph, the problem with me and Steph comes from the Ada situation. There is something sketchy about it. She decided to end the friendship. It wasn't my choice. Because I pushed into that decision because people asked me to do it. Murph lied about his diploma. So this is why I don't want to have like that much to do with him. But when the people were asking about the Ada situation, I asked him to come over. Now, as for the people in my chat, I don't know if truth only is.
So she's out there judging people like that, just over one lie. Yet, Jaguar has continuously lied and caused World War III on YouTube, making people believe her story when she's actually been a part of the case as well. And also got connections to Diddy, and Jay-Z and all. And I'm not saying that Jay-Z's guilty of what's been said. You know what I mean? And I think what Kanye West and everything like that is disgusting, right? You don't talk about children and you don't say words that are like that in this day and age. I personally feel that King Wurld handled this very well. I just don't like her because the way she is, and the way she pushes things. It's more than a personality problem now. I've got biased, when you get biased. So I take an objective point of view. But I can't say I dislike King Wurld, because he's got a moralistic view on the situation, I suppose. And yes, I don't agree with whatever's gone on in the past. I don't condone anything. That's all I'm saying. But I do feel that the likes of Jaguar Wright have got through this with the backing of people like Madge and Wood, 82 to a point, I mean, I was listening to Davey Way. He was the only one who was telling the truth. And that pissed a lot of people off. But I really do feel that this needs to be pointed out now. Jaguar Wright, keep the hell away from her. Don't be paying money towards these chats. Don't be giving that much money. Seriously, because these people are condoning these types of behaviour.
A Jack supporter or not, at the moment, I am not comfortable putting anyone up that I don't know. I did say I think I saw her in Jack's chat. I do not know, and I will not make anyone choose between my chat or Jack's chat. That is how Jag is. I am not an extremist. I just realized everything literally, 4 to 5 days ago, maybe a week, I don't know.
Well, I don't want you to misconstrue or to misstate or have a lack of words or definitive terms when describing me as being extreme.
Because you are like, well, that means that you are pro Jag or you are pro this. And it's like, well, it's a process. I didn't know that all those people were like,
how would she know that if she hasn't watched anything on him?
really that close with Jag.
So let me ask you this. So do you just like American culture? Is that just it?
My hyper focus was on Jaguar Wright and on the injustice that was used against her. Meghan Markle, my hyper focus was because I used to watch her and Suits. Suits is an
She's got a bad judge of character. If you are a person who can't have good intuition on this and you're talking about people or you've got an interest in something, then don't promote bad fucking shit. Don't promote that type of stuff. Why are you taking money for it? You don't promote something and then, like Jaguar, right? Get on that bandwagon, get me money for that, and then promote, hate towards Meghan Markle now. It don't work like that, you know? You know what really pisses me off is the fact that she thinks that people really want to listen to it, you know? Bullshit. No one wants to listen to you go on for hours about Jaguar Wright and gossip towards the YouTubers. Nasty little thumbnails on people and things like that. It needs to stop. You're trolling the internet. That's all you're doing. Just keep out of the distance of serious topics.
Canada, and I always watch her parkour and everything, and I actually felt like, I actually believed her. So when I saw that she was full of it, I got annoyed, and that's when I got hyper focused on her.
Okay. So
That's about it.
So you don't like to ask the questions that people want to know.
You're asking me if I like American culture because I'm talking about Jag, and I'm telling you.
So what goes on in Canada? What goes on in Canada? Like what? I mean, like what's the
I'm
the
not
drama
gonna
in Canada?
justify. I refuse to have to justify why I talk about what I
No,
talk.
I'm not questioning that. No, that's not what I'm saying, man.
You're asking me what is happening in Canada.
Yeah, what's
I
going
think
on?
I should be talking about that. There's a lot of
No.
things
I'm just saying I know
happening
you
in
were talking
Canada.
about something different than Jag, but I'm just saying like what goes on in Canada.
A lot of things. Do you want me to pull out the Canadian of the day?
Yeah. I'm interested.
Well, I think maybe if you want, you can ask me on Instagram, and I will send you a screenshot.
Gosh, she's
Okay.
boring.
Because it's like
Bores
your
me.
tone changed and everything.
Yeah, because I feel attacked.
So you feel like I reached through the screen and did something to you? You said attacked. You gotta use like your choice of words are kind of misleading. First you said I was an extremist. Now you're saying that I attacked you, but we're having a conversation. Then I had to calm down because you say my facial expression.
She can't hold a conversation.
I didn't say your facial expression. You said your facial expression can mean something. You said that. 1, 2. When I say I feel attacked when we're not even in the same country, it clearly means that I feel that your tone is attacking, that your question are trying to track me and an answer that I don't want to give because you are white or black. You are an extremist.
Terrible lady.
I'm an extremist. To what?
To when let's say you don't like Jaguar, right? Then
now I never like Jaguar. I never supported Jaguar.
Okay,
I never worked Jaguar. I'm you because you was one of the employees. You said that you
Exactly.
dislike that you were propagating code, so you shouldn't be uncomfortable or you shouldn't like have to sit back or whatever when I'm asking you certain
Is this
questions.
the extremist word that makes me angry?
Oh,
What I mean by that, like, I'm sorry, sometimes I use the wrong word.
Okay, that's cool.
What I mean by that is that I feel that your opinion are extremely like defined. It's like good or evil.
So then, if you don't really know too much about American culture, I'm gonna be the first like to tell you that's disrespectful.
Sorry about this. I went on my other channel and I watched Mike Cross interview with her as well. She's full of shit. She's absolutely full of it. She's part of this cult with Jaguar, and she's lying, and she's being caught out about it. That's what it is. You know, I find it really disrespectful that she thinks that the audience now who've been paying beliefs, right, are going to be a different type. She's going to get a different type of audience from that. I mean, you lady, you're so disrespectful. You've got no time, but to jump to conclusions and be defensive makes you think that anyone's going to listen. You know what I mean? To you.
If you have ADHD or you just don't like reading
I'm
in general,
sorry.
you never have to
I
read again.
have to
Get
swap
this
my channel
at
out.
home.
Yeah, but yeah,
Take a picture
I'll
of your
get
work
this off
and
and
it
we'll
reads it to
continue.
you.
Plant cells
Oh,
are
I'm
surrounded by
sorry about
pores,
this.
cell wall that ocean thickness.
Yesterday's textbooks,
Just
I
wanted you
cannot
guys to
recommend more.
understand
But
that.
if you're
I'm
still
so sorry.
watching,
Hang on.
make sure you
You
go
turn that
download
down.
Speechify.
My word. Where's your top? Oh, sorry.
Word, I don't understand every expression.
So you don't understand that much how I would ask you how you could have continued affiliation with people that out of your mouth that you stated is a part of Jag's code.
You don't want to have contact with them. That is your perspective.
No.
Can
We're
I
not talking
finish?
about what I want.
Okay, this is my platform. I'm gonna beg of you to let me finish my sentence. Is that okay with you?
You know what I think?
Mhm.
You want me to tell you what I really think? I think your story is slipping.
Okay.
That's what I think. We can still talk,
I'm just
but
going to forward
let's
it.
see if we can prove differently with your story. Since now you
He is a Jag supporter or not. At the moment, I am not comfortable putting anyone up that I don't know. I did say I think I saw her and Jag's chat. I do not know, and I will not make anyone choose between my chat or Jag's chat. That is how Jag is. I am not an extremist. I just realized everything literally, 4 to 5 days ago, maybe a week, I don't know.
Well, I don't want you
days
to
are crazy.
misconstrue or to misstate or have a lack of words or definitive terms when describing me as being extreme.
Because you are like, well, that means that you are pro Jag or you are pro this. And it's like, well, it's a process. I didn't know that all those people were like really that close with Jag.
So let me ask you this. So do you just like American culture?
Look at the way she sits and like nods her head like she's impressed with what she said about herself.
Is that just it?
My hyper focus was on Jaguar Wright and on the injustice that was used against her. Meghan Markle, my hyper focus was because I used to watch her in Suits. Suits is in Canada. And I always watch her parkour and everything. And I actually felt like, I actually believed her. So when I saw that she was full of it, I got annoyed. And that's when I got hyper focus on her.
Okay. So
That's about it.
So you don't like to ask the questions that people want to know.
You're asking me if I like American culture because I'm talking about Jag, and I'm telling you.
So what goes on in Canada? What goes on in Canada? Like what? I mean, like what's the
I'm not
drama
gonna
in Canada?
justify. I refuse to have to justify why I talk about what I
No,
talk.
I'm not questioning that. No, that's not what I'm saying, Madgie.
You're asking me what is happening in Canada
what's
as
going
if
on?
I should be talking about that. There's a lot of things
I'm just saying I know
happening
you
in
would talk
Canada.
about something different than Jag, but I'm just saying like what goes on in Canada.
A lot of things. Do you want me to pull out the Canadian of the day?
Yeah. I'm interested.
Well, I think maybe if you want, you can ask me on Instagram, and I will send you a screenshot.
Okay. Because it's like your tone changed and everything.
Yeah, because I feel attacked.
So you feel like I reached through the screen and did something to you? You said attacked. You gotta use like your choice of words are kind of misleading.
Mm-hmm.
First you said I was an extremist. Now you're saying that I attacked you, but we're having a conversation. Then I had to calm down because you say my facial expressions.
I didn't say your facial expression. You said your facial expression can mean something. You said that. 1, 2, when I say I feel attacked when we're not even in the same country, it clearly means that I feel that your tone is attacking, that your question are trying to track me and an answer that I don't want.
Listen to her. She knows damn well she did wrong, and she knows damn well, right, that she's been caught out. You know, she knew what was going on. And she doesn't like him even questioning the slightest. And he's behaving.
To give because you are white or black. You are an extremist.
That's a terrible thing to say.
I'm an extremist. To what?
To when you, let's say now you don't like Jaguar Wright, then
Now I never liked Jaguar. I never supported Jaguar.
okay,
I
that's
never worked for Jaguar. I'm talking to you because you was one of the employees. You said that you dislike that you were propagating a code, so you shouldn't be uncomfortable or you shouldn't like have to sit back or whatever when I'm asking you certain
Is it
questions.
the extremist word that makes you angry?
Oh,
What
it's
I
my
mean by
voice.
that, because like I'm sorry, sometimes I use the wrong word.
Okay, that's cool. That's
What
cool.
I mean by that is that I feel that your opinion are extremely like defined. It's like good or evil.
So then, if you don't really know too much about American culture, I'm gonna be the first to tell you that's disrespectful.
It isn't.
What I
I
saw
wouldn't
with
call
I'll be the first to say I'm from the UK. Even I find it disrespectful. I think the French would as well.
Canadian and extremists that I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry, with what I see with the Trump versus Kamala, I found it to be like it was really a lot of emotion.
Trump in Canada?
Trump and Kamala.
Harris.
Yes.
So what did you vote for? Kamala?
No, I'm Canadian. But I do feel that when Americans talk about politics, they feel extremely like that's all.
So see, that's the thing too that I might be confused with. So let's talk about that. So when you
Hang on a minute.
let's not talk about politics.
Why is she changing the subject? We're talking about Jaguar Wright, but then she's gone from that to calling him extremist to now talking about Kamala Harris.
No. I'm just saying, because of the Jag stuff and all that, we can get past that. That's why, like, when you see on my channel, I talk about stuff other than Jag. But okay, then with the Canada thing, when you say that you're Canadian, you also stated, about you being French when I mentioned Top Boy. So, like, do you like way more to the Canadian side or like the?
Wow, she's so boring.
I am French Canadian.
So you're not Haitian? You're not mixed with Haitian?
But you're asking me about Canada. That's what I mean when I'm saying you're trying
can't
to
she
make,
talk
you're trying to
get
cut me
mad.
in
If you ask me
alive.
about America, I'm gonna tell you.
You are being sincerely. I think this is being a little too extra.
Okay,
you
listen.
want to
I can
talk
just
about
listen.
Jaguar Wright?
It's cool. Listen, Madgie.
Mm-hmm.
I can go live too.
I know, and I appreciate.
But I'm just here talking to you.
Exactly,
okay?
but
I
I'm
still
not.
got questions.
But I'm not comfortable.
Okay, well, then, you don't. But listen,
let me finish
you don't have.
my
I'm gonna go
thoughts,
live. You don't have to kick me off your panel.
I'm not kicking you off. I'm asking you to let me finish my sentence. So what I'm asking you is that thank you for coming on my channel. I am not comfortable with the personal question.
Okay, here we go.
So can we talk about Jaguar? Can we talk about why I think it's a cult? We can talk about like if the Danny Robertson for you was a violation of boundary. I am sorry.
No. So you just went back.
Let me finish.
Listen,
We're gonna stick.
the one thing she needs to stop doing is telling people how they feel, because that's not that you can't do that on YouTube. Stop cultivating people.
To Jaguar Wright. How about that?
But if we do that, that's the only thing that you'll talk about. I have other questions because I know that, within the dynamics of you, like I heard you speak before, so I know it's just not a Jaguar Wright thing to you.
Yes, but
you done with that now. So that's what I'm saying. We done, like you done with Jaguar Wright. So I just have questions about other stuff. So we don't just make it a Jaguar thing because, we just talk. Because your title is why you stop supporting Jag, but you're telling me that you want to talk about why Jag is a cult. So why you stop supporting Jag, Madgie?
Because she's part of a cult.
Do you have proof of it?
We are discussing it. I do not have any proof. Everything is allegedly. Is that okay with you?
Tell me some stuff that's like cult-like that Jag be doing, other than the stuff you said about.
Oh, we already talked about this. I'm feeling extremely uncomfortable. So.
But you just said that's what you wanted to talk about. You said you wanted.
But right now I don't want to talk. I don't really feel like continuing to talk.
I think you just don't. I think that you don't like.
She's trolling.
You talk slow.
And the thing is, right? Okay, it's okay to do troll accounts if you're trolling, say, products that are bad or something and shit like that. But when you're trolling people and it's their livelihood you're doing that with, and you're striking channels left, right and centre, right? And supporting, taking money from people, supporting this gender, creating lies on behalf of Jaguar, right? It's cult. You're cultivating an audience.
And you don't like somebody cutting you off.
I
just want to make my point fast.
I understand. Okay. If I am too slow for you,
so I'm gonna go on my channel and go live where I can just talk long as I want.
I'm going too slow,
and we're gonna talk about you, and we're gonna talk about this cult. And you're welcome to come over because you won't be live because you said that you about to get off here, right? So we're gonna invite you over. And I'm gonna have the women, the Beam team come up. Because like when I talk to you, it's like I talk too deep.
I'm not going off. So all I'm saying is that I'm feeling overwhelmed and I would like for you to go from the panel. I don't want to drop you. I think it is extremely vulgar.
So do you still think Jaguar is AI with that helmet on?
Can I finish?
Sure. It's your channel.
Thank you. So all I'm asking of you is that please you...
No, I'm setting my live up to go live. I'm about to get off your channel because you don't want to answer questions. You don't want to answer no real questions.
You're right. I don't want to. You're right. I don't want to answer.
I think about being on your channel. I want to talk about all this stuff about Jag and what I think is going on. Since you said that Jag being recorded is artificial intelligence, but you don't like that you were being used to basically recruit people.
I've never said that, but if you want, I have absolutely not said that. But if you want to say that I've said that, I understand, and you are.
I'm gonna play it back.
You're right.
I'm gonna play it back.
That is okay. You have the right. That is okay. You can do it. So, is it okay now? Can you leave?
Let me set my live stream up, and then I'll leave. How about that?
Okay.
All right, we're gonna get ready for you and what you talking about. Okay.
I'm gonna talk about Jaguar.
As far as I'm concerned, right?
You and Jag.
She's still doing this for Jaguar, right? In my opinion. How do we not know that? Okay. It's all stories, and she's taking the funds for it. So, yeah, this is how it goes, and she's pretty rude about it,
All right, and the connection with all of this and what you're doing right now and you have an issue with me, meaning that you still connected. That's what it is. That's what. That's what we're gonna talk about. You out here running a play. You out here running a play right now, Madgie. You don't want to answer no questions. What you think I'm supposed to just sit up here and smile and talk to you? I got a platform too.
I understand.
Okay, well, you take care, so I'm going to go ahead and go live. But you take care, okay?
Have a nice day.
All right, you too, and all that fake stuff, okay? But
Okay,
that was
bye-bye.
fake. That was fake.
Okay.
And we know, without you talking about Jaguar, you don't have no content at all. So let's see how long that you keep trying to drag this stuff out about Jaguar, okay? Let's see how long that, let's see how long that go.
Dear Lord. Oh, a lot of animosity. I can't. But so, is it okay now? Can you leave?
Let me set my live stream up and then I'll leave. How about that?
Okay.
All right, we're going to get ready for you and what you talking about, okay?
I'm gonna talk about Jaguar Wright.
And I'm going to talk about you and Jaguar Wright and the connection with all of this and what you're doing right now. And you have an issue with me, meaning that you still connected.
Exactly. I'm not saying that she is with him, but exactly. She's talking about Jaguar. She's still communicating with Jaguar, I feel, and the cult, Christopher as well. I just don't understand, right? You know what I mean? She's starting her own cult of Jaguar and doing her content and bullshitting with people and talking crap. Listen, this woman has a mental illness, you know, and needs to be stopped. And all I can say is, this lady is just, beyond words.
That's what it is. That's what, that's what we're going to talk about. You out here running a play. You out here running a play right now, Madgie. You don't want to answer no questions. What you think I'm supposed to just sit up here and smile and talk to you? I got a platform too.
I understand.
Okay, well, you take care, so I'm going to go ahead and go live. But you take care, okay?
Have a nice day.
All right, you too, and all that fake stuff, okay? But
Okay,
that was
bye-bye.
fake. That was fake.
Okay.
And we know, without you talking about Jaguar, you don't have no content at all.
Okay.
So let's see how long that you keep trying to drag this stuff out about Jaguar, okay? Let's see how long that, let's see how long that go.
Dear Lord.
Look at the first trap of her post as well. With her low-cut top on her face and all that, you know. She's just weird. And she absolutely has supported Jag, bitched on, ignored content, arrogance, and she's got no personality. That, my friend, is a disaster, and she won't last long. I hope not, because people like her need to be pointed out, you know. She is part of the problem with Jaguar. Jaguar is in a lawsuit with somebody at the minute, and she's keeping a low profile, and you know, who's to say that she's not earning money from this? Who's to say that she didn't set her up to do all this? Nah. I don't agree with this lady at all, and I know that she's an absolute scam and grifter. If you want to watch and support grifters, that's why she's got 8,000 followers and I ain't. Because there's too many support and fake ideas out there, you know. I just wanted you to know this is the outcome of Jaguar Wright, you know, and she's caused so much chaos and disbelief out there that now I don't even put cases up of Diddy because I don't know if they're true or not, you know. And then we have people like this who are just supporting fake ass stories. You know, this woman lied about Jay-Z, you know, And this woman is supporting a woman who's done that. Well, that's it for Morbid Sunshine today. I hope you found this insightful as I have. And thanks to Madgie and King Wurld for letting me use this content. The links are in the bio. Take care.